Etra-chan saw it.
I'm Yuzuriha. I got married to my beloved Tachibana a while ago, and I'm at the height of happiness. I should be, but… Tachibana! I told you 1,000,000 times! Stop leaving your clothes lying around the room! You could just put them in the clothes basket. Why can't you do something as simple as that?
Yes. Sorry. I'll be more careful next time.
You always say that, but you never change! You leave the toilet light on every time you use it, and you leave plates you've eaten on the sink without washing them! And…
Hey, please, don't do this to me from the morning. I told you I'll be more careful. Ever since we started living together, you've been complaining a lot more.
Who do you think is to blame? The reason for all this is you.
You're too fussy.
You're too sloppy. As you can see, after being married for 6 months, there's a sense of unease between us. Occurring arguments were due to Tachibana's rough character.
It's fine.
And my oversensitive nature that can't overlook that. We have to research beforehand. I always end up getting angry at him like this, even though I know it's not good to be so overcritical. Anyway, stop using the house so messily. I am not your mother, anyway.
Fine, enough. I have to go to work. You should calm down by tonight too. Seriously. If this is how it is every day, I'm going to go crazy.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't understand.
Bye.
It's so annoying. And it's not uncommon these days for us to go to work after a fight. I'm still a little annoyed with him, but I'm the one who's about to go crazy. I can't imagine having to get into a fight with my partner over something so trivial.
I heard she had another fight with her husband.
Let's leave her alone for now.
By the time lunch is over, I've cooled down and gradually felt sorry for him. But I probably could have said it in a nicer way. It's no fun being told off in such an aggressive way. I'm thinking I need to fix this. Alright, I'll make something Tachibana likes for dinner, and then I'll apologize and talk things through. In this way, I regained my composure and went home as usual. Fried chicken. It's already past 9 p.m. He's late. I wondered what happened. For some reason, Tachibana was late coming home. And I worried, so I decided to send him a message. Then…
I'm sorry, but I don't want to come home. I'm sick of seeing your face.
The text message made me doubt my own eyes, and the anger flared up again. What? I was worried for nothing! That rotten guy! I'm not going to forgive him until he apologizes! I'm going to eat all the fried chicken! I'm so angry! And so Tachibana really didn't come home. I was to bed with my anger still at the forefront of my mind. I know you're angry, but is it something that takes a whole night? You're such a child for not even trying to make peace. But after a night, he'll probably cool down and apologize.
Did you two make up?
I thought that he would just come home the next day, but he hasn't come home yet. And the next day too. I'm home. It's been 3 days. He still hasn't come home. Tachibana, are you still angry with me? By this time, my anger had completely disappeared. And I had started to feel uneasy. I couldn't eat properly, and the only thing that passed the time was a sense of suffocation and loneliness. I thought that it was just a trivial argument like usual, but maybe it wasn't the same for Tachibana. Maybe his love ran out for me. If we're going to break up like this, I'm sorry. I said too much. I want to talk about it, so please come back. I'm really sorry. But even then, there was no reply. I have no choice. I guess I'll talk to mother-in-law. After much thought, I decided to contact my in-laws. My in-laws, Hiragi and Azumi, are like natural enemies to me. Tachibana contacts them every now and then, but it's fair to say that I am completely cut off from them as his wife. The reason for this, that was when we were having dinner at his parents' house 3 months ago.
But Yuzuriha, how did a high school graduate like you manage to snag an elite like my son? It's a good thing to be beautiful after all. You have to thank your parents.
Hey, Mom, you've had too much to drink. I never imagined that my son would end up marrying a poor girl from a single-parent family, but that's okay. Your looks are a weapon in themselves. Well, it's a weapon that'll eventually wear off and disappear.
That's true.
Hey, what are you two talking about?
Apparently, my in-laws thought highly of their son who graduated from a good university, and they didn't like me at all. They were rude to me before, but even at a drinking party, this was definitely going too far. Tachibana warned them on the spot.
Sorry, I drank too much.
She apologized to me later on the phone, saying that she had drunk too much and said things she didn't mean. Even though she was drunk, it's too much to make fun of my parents. She doesn't even know how much effort my mother put into raising me.
You don't have to worry about it, Yuzuriha.
The apology was completely insincere and unforgivable. I'm sorry, but I'm never going to see your mother and your family after this.
I understand your anger. I'll talk to them properly. I'm really sorry.
That's why. I didn't want to have any contact with them as much as possible. But it's an emergency that'll affect the future. I guess I can't turn my back on them. Hello?
What? Tachibana got angry and doesn't come home?
Yes, I want to talk to him. So I called to see if he might have gone back to your place.
I was wondering what on earth you were doing calling me, but I see. I'm sorry, but we don't know anything about it.
I see.
Even so, it seems like you really did something terrible for him to get that angry. You can't afford to lose his earnings. You have to keep him in a good mood.
As usual, mother-in-law just made fun of me and didn't seem to know anything about Tachibana.
My child is smart and talented, unlike you.
I shouldn't have called her. But I remained calm and hung up the phone after telling her to let me know if she heard from him. Please. And with a feeling of prayer, I kept looking at the message screen with Tachibana. A call! It's Tachibana! Hello?
Yuzuriha?
Tachibana, thanks for calling.
I really made you worry. And I'm really sorry. I don't know how to apologize.
It's fine now. I was the one who said too much. As long as we can make up, that's all that matters.
No, that's not what I meant. I don't know where to start. Anyway, there are some things we need to talk about. Can you come to Eto General Hospital right now?
The hospital? What? What's going on?
Hey,
Why are you injured like this? Why did you get admitted to the hospital? Why didn't you contact me straight away?
I know what you're going to say, but just calm down and listen to me. It was that morning we had a fight. That last thing I said was completely unnecessary. Yuzuriha was angry because I couldn't tidy up in the first place. I really have to be careful. But I just can't seem to tidy up.
Hey, watch out!
What? I was lost in thought when I was hit by a truck driven by a sleepy driver and seriously injured. And I was taken to the hospital in an unconscious state. I had a fight with you in the morning and forgot my wallet.
Oh.
I didn't have any ID on me that would give my address. The only thing I had on me was my passport, which had been left in my suit pocket when I was on a business trip.
This patient, Tachibana, was hospitalized here for asthma in the past when he was in high school. Okay, the medical records are still here. We'll contact his relatives immediately.
So the hospital contacted.
You're Tachibana's relatives, right? Actually, Tachibana was in an accident. What?
When I was hospitalized here before, it seems that the contact information on the medical records were my parents' home. Well, it was when I was in high school. So, I was in a coma from the accident until just now. And as soon as I woke up, I called you, Yuzuriha.
Wait a second. So, your mother knew about the accident 3 days ago? But she didn't contact me. And when I called her, she didn't tell me anything about the accident.
Yeah, and it's not just that. It seems like they sent you this stuff without telling me.
This...
I wasn't conscious when this message was sent. The only people who came in and out of this hospital room with a smartphone were my mom and dad, apart from the hospital staff. It would have been easy for them to unlock the screen with my fingerprints and send the message.
So...
Tachibana!
You've woken up!
Oh, you're here too.
What the hell is wrong with you? You've gone too far!
What? You're the one who said you cut us off, Yuzuriha. We We thought you'd be unhappy if we contacted you, so we were being considerate.
What are you talking about during such an emergency? And you sent me weird messages pretending to be Tachibana.
If you don't hear from him for a few days, you might call the police. We didn't want to see the face of an unpleasant daughter-in-law in an emergency situation, so it was unavoidable.
That's enough. You're both crazy. What would you have done if Tachibana died like this?
Stop shouting, you're so annoying. I'm saying that your intelligence and lack of class are not compatible with our son. You should at least reflect on that. If anything, you're the cause of everything. The fact that we don't like you, the fight with Tachibana, is because of you. Right? You think so too, don't you, Tachibana?
Done.
What?
I'm cutting ties with you! I'm never seeing you again! Get out of here, now! I put up with you as my parents, but I've had enough! Anyone who attacks my wife is not family! Never show your faces again!
Wait a second, calm down, Tachibana.
Shut up! Disappear, right now!
Calm down, Tachibana. After that, my in-laws continued to apologize frantically.
Apologize to Yuzuriha, not me!
They managed to avoid to be cut off by him, but
I don't trust you anymore. From now on, I'll never contact you unless it's an emergency. And you won't see your grandchild's face easily. No!
Tachibana's anger didn't subside, and the two of them almost lost their precious son.
It's your fault Tachibana hates us! What are we going to do? I was planning to have him look after me in my old age, since he earned so much money!
What? You're bullying that wife too, don't blame me.
Shut up! And get lost!
And a few months later, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
With Tachibana getting discharged, we moved houses and started a new life. Fortunately, Tachibana recovered smoothly without any after effects.
No problems.
He was able to return to work without any problems, and since then,
Clean up after eating.
Tachibana has started to make an effort to pay attention to the small things. I was honestly happy to see that he was facing the situation with sincerity in his own way.
Well then, I'm off. I think I'll be back at the usual time, but I'll let you know if I'm going to be late.
Okay. Alright, I've got to get going too. Tachibana's socks. He left it out again, on the floor like that. Well, there's no point complaining about it. I don't want to experience that kind of accident again, but I'm trying to think that it wasn't all bad. I think that both he and I changed for the better a little.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。いくら気に食わないと言っても大事な息子の妻なんですから、今回のような緊急事態の時こそちゃんと連絡をしないといけないですよ。何の連絡もないだけでここまで気分も落ち込んでしまうわけですからね。というかそもそも何も悪いことをしたわけでもないのに、ここまで言われる筋合いないですよ。何はともあれ、ちゃんと目が覚めて誤解が解けてよかったです。皆さんはどう感じましたか？コメント欄に書いていただけると嬉しいです。また少しでもいい方向に向かってよかったと思った方、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。